I am Milt, son of a carpenter Mary. Daddy carpenter, worked on skyscrapers, Mom, Mary Ann. I am the son of a carpenter Mary. I get to make parables. And this right here is part of my SOACAM sugar check. Because as always, as I work with electronic devices like this, or my computer over there, I will see something that looks very obvious, like numbers 400 plus, bizarre, out of whack stuff. I'll see that. I'll take out my video maker there, my phone, or my digital camera, a cheap one, about 70, 80 bucks. I'll take it out, and magically, whatever is bizarre, designed to shave seconds, keep me from design view of imagery, it disappears magically. So yeah, hopefully these videos of my sugar checks will keep them down higher than bizarre, but still up into the 200s is bizarre anyway, because average is 85 to 110, somewhere in there. But let me say I call this my flashback to the 60s. And it's the end of the 60s. I was born in 67. 1967, if you know my paper chronicle stuff, you know that the son of Cochran in the early part of the 60s, the 1960s, was not as short and bald. Went into the hospital as the eyes started changing. You can't see them real well right now. And 96, yes, 1996. Went into the hospital, dangerously low blood counts, reverse isolation for 11 days, and yeah, they saw a peculiarity in the stomach, a difference, and they went in, checked it at a clinic visit at the not Good Samaritan, 235, 265. That's still a little high. They went in and checked it, the upper GI, I think it's called. And I was wide awake, looked at it, and they took samples of the brown stuff inside this kind of a little pouch or abnormality. And when I came back, my normal doctor was gone to the next clinic visit, and the guy said, no, negative. Results were negative. What was the results of? What were you testing for? He wasn't a very good doctor. The next year, a year later, I think, the blood counts were, if anything, abnormally or high, and they literally wanted to draw off blood. I'm not sure how high you have to be for that, but part of that, they wanted me to go to Shreveport to get a chromium test. We put chromium in, and you watch where it goes. And I went there, and before they did the chromium test, I never got to the chromium test because of this thing that sparked the flashback to the 60s. They did a arterial stick to take a sample or blood. I never found out what results of that were either. I wasn't feeling too well. I felt the same kind of bad whether the counts were real low, the blood counts were real high. It's same with the sugar counts, especially with this electronic device I talked about and I explained earlier. It doesn't, don't have the 400 at least when I'm doing the video. But they took that out and I felt fine. I was in the waiting room there with Mom, Mary Ann, Lundell Brady. And I got thirsty as I was waiting for who knows what they're going to do next. and went over to the water, fountain there, took a little sip of water, came back, and man, it hit me. Whatever it was, I'm not sure if it was the arterial stick or not, and maybe the reaction to whatever they put on. But boom, I went down. I was completely out, and you can call it a dream, you can call it, I colorfully call it my flashback to the 60s, yes, the latter half of the 60s, because I felt my skull, I felt my head, and it was the size of a fist, small fist. And I didn't see much except the back of a little girl's head, hair real close to the head, dark hair, and Mom was saying she's kicking, but it was bizarre. It was like when they garble stuff on TV. She said that she's kicking, and that's when I woke up and I was looking at those kind of crisscross lights they have in a lot of waiting rooms. Sick as anything. And no, I didn't get the chromium test. And Shreveport is Shreveport and Jackson, Mississippi. Monroe, Louisiana is kind of a midpoint in between those two larger cities. And that's where I grew up and went to college, got my degree in math. Jackson's a little bit larger, I think. Well, Jackson's a little bit further, let me put it that way. Then Shreveport. Shreveport's about a 90-mile drive. And that's where I went, and it was a long 90 miles back. Well, a long 90 miles back, and I didn't ever go back for the chromium thing, whatever it is they wanted to do. I am Melton, and yes, that was my flashback to the 60s. Is the skull that big, and call it a dream, call it a nightmare, a vision, whatever you call it. If you want to give me an arterial stick, watch me real close, make sure I'm laying in a bed first. All you attractive blonde and near blonde girls, try to call me, 424-229-4140. See love stolen what you call. See art stolen what you call. Your opportunity to be the graphic art Mona Lisa, one of them. Plan to create a lot of them. But you gotta come see me in person. Do that. Have wit, will travel. No, not back to Louisiana. Hot all the time, rains, and a lot of angry people. I'm trying to get the shadow back there. And of course, not to Utah. I see too many gosh darn and heck folks with bald guys around here. And come see me. Have wit, will travel. Show me the perfect place to build. That's what the Immaculate Apartment, best place I've ever lived in, is all about. Oh, I gotta make the bed. It's a nice place, and I can cook, got a fridge there. And I'm calmly and pacing, waiting for you girls to be in this imagery. Come see me and be in this imagery. When you see someone besides me, and I'm showing you a lot of different imagery in this, even with this. When you see someone besides me and my changing eyes in my imagery, remember to bring your phones to those college parties. Look for Melton's imagery on the big screen TV. Look for a computer nearby. And hook your phone up to that computer and get that imagery. When you see someone other than me, my changing eyes here, someone's called. They've seen art stolen with their call. They've solved that problem. They come see me in person to be a part of building Jesus' immaculate house here on earth. When someone's done that, we have started building that immaculate house to inspire the future and present of greatness. We just call it building a better world. Because every time you make that video, if you had that call to me, and phone records don't lie. You say that in your video. Phone records can be made to lie. Can be altered. Excuse me. Excuse me with that. Phone records can be made to lie. But yeah, when all soldiers, all firemen, all policemen, all priests, all nuns, and all college students have video proof of that, we have phone game. Be a part of that, because it's medical research being passed by. With that eye, it used to be all the darkest brown, darker than that. You see right there now the brown is slowly disappearing as the bigger, bluer circles grow in. That's medical research. The doctors I have talked to so far here in LA. I don't want to talk about the change in eyes. They're my glucometer phone. Your glucometer phone as well? Try to call me, 424-229-4140. See your lifeline hijacked. Come see me in person. Let's get started building. We got a lot of work to do. You gotta see me in person to do it.